feel. Some traders their roots.
Don't tell me we've run out of papio nuts and all. Let me tell you.
All right.
Them room, my... You see the... Still alive, are ya? Finished, are ya?
What do you recommend?
Come back. Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them.
Where are you?
Can I help you, Sid?
I'm looking for Doris. Is she here?
I'm afraid not. She's at Martha's Rest on a job. My job, actually. When she heard what the mission was, she insisted on going herself. Alone.
Did she? What was the mission?
Following up on some new information. Once they'd settled in, the bearers you helped liberate in the Dragon's Eyrie were keen to talk about their imprisonment. And about their captor.
The slaver Cole's team were tracking when they were attacked by the Beastmen. I'll go and find her. She's at Martha's Rest, you say?
If she's not moved on already, yes. I hope everything's all right.
Why would Doris insist on going alone? Maybe Cole was right to be worried.
How do you split the sea, you reckon?
I reckon we're better off not knowing.
Heard the bad news then, did you?
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackthorn's old horn. Well, anyway, the mine's just...
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but that Zoltan Doris, if something ain't...
I won't let that...
Didn't think you...
Does Blackthorn?
I thought it might be better. You reckon we should tell him?
No.
Yeah. How was she?
The Enterprise, I mean.
Don't tell me.
Oh no, I'm work is kind of the, let's just say, only myth trouble is, and I...
If it's for the good. Oh. So,
We've got a couple of examples here.
more fallen me. So this smelter is some...
That's right, and what we've collected...
So you want me to...
That's it, and we're only... There's one up and another.
All right then.
It'll do.
With Canva in the hand.
Doris should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
Ah, Clark, I'd like you to take something. Seeds. I'll keep it if he's as they've lived small. And if you're so wait.
All right.
Thank. There.
Gizalgri.
Not the most better that and chalk the end exact.
I'll take you.
Anyway, I'll go up.
I'm sure you...
Just because the heavens have gone to reckon. I've got greens of all shapes and sizes.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
It's been a pleasure.
I'll give your offer some thought.
How goes the investigation?
Sid?
You.
Of course. She's no...
That was her. So...
I'd say it seems her after her brush, but she's dangerous.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of...
The Baum...
Good. They haven't handed Doris.
We've waited long enough. With all, I presume we've suffered. Oh, it appears we have company. Kill him.
You're welcome to try. So much for you.
I surrender.
Sid!
Ah, you know, but Carth...
Better fighting. I'm sorry, Sid. This what she raised...
It wasn't. You were always... But you... How about it?
I know. To liberate. Farewell.
You always... Perhaps that...
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted, and she no longer has...
All right.
I am.
And I should head back to...
Welcome back, Sid. Doris's message just arrived.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hideaway shortly. Oh, and
I'd been hoping it. So the slick. She's been arrested. She won't be getting off lightly. Can't have been easy.
I'm sure it wasn't.
I hope so. You had quite... Anyway.
Keep up the good... Ready, go? Damn it. The whole village is turned. That'll do, girl. To deal with these ones first. Kill! All yours, Vogel! Over here! this it? Right then. Just two more to find.
Ah, what brings you to East?
A delivery from Martha.
These are Gizal green seeds. Martha's keen to cut the apron strings, then, is she? I jest, of course. You see, I had thought we might be able to revive the old wheat fields, but they'd long since gone to seed, only without the seeds.
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers how to plant and tend these, so that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped their bonds before we brought them here. They know little of freedom, of providing for themselves and their loved ones. Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved in bringing them here is to exchange one master for another. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far, subsisting almost entirely on Martha's charity as we do. It's about time we all started to provide for ourselves, bearers and Guardians alike. Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defenses. There have been alarming reports of...
The Horde is closing in. They're coming, so wait, all of them.
Time it all. I thought we'd have more time. Gather the men in the square. Send to the rest for reinforcements.
Yes, Sir Wade.
The Horde.
A Kashek, a veritable legion of them. They've been seen prowling around the northern reaches for a while now. We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size. I had hoped to build a perimeter wall so that myself and the Guardians might be able to defend the village, but...
Now you're out of time.
Precisely.
What if you...
You mean the...
So wait, they may...
You're right, my lord. I will... My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter, to serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will, a home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool!
Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking, you certainly won't be now.
Thanks to you.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of my own voice.
Lord Rossfield, my lady, we're ready.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves at strategic points around the village. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as...
You're going to lure them into...
I am. By coordinate with luck, and for you and I...
A sound plan. I'd say you have... Please.
Ha!
Sir Wade!
Then you know what you must. We work together, each shielding the other that no man might fall. That Eastpool might live on. For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
And I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
The calm before the storm. And here it comes. I will not let this village fall. All yours, Torgal! Your fist! It's over! Torgal, kill! Over here! Another second! This one! Now, Torgal! Kill! This one! Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rossfield! Change of plan!
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed in their direction.
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in Eastpool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance, but I think the worst is behind us. I could order a detachment.
No. You stay here too. I'll go after them. Join me only when
If you're sure. May the Founder protect you.
next one's mine. I might...
All right. Back to Eastpool.
Lord Rossfield, the Curl, is it?
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. And for you, my lord. We were able to eradicate the rest of the Horde. I have guardians posted around the village to keep... I hesitate.
I think it might...
We saved... Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
No, Sir Wade. It's us who should be thanking you. You brought us together. Showed us...
We never, but now we do.
Forgive her, but there's no doubt we're free men. We have to fight.
And we shall. This is our...
They'll have us.
Come on, then.
This village...
They're not slaves anymore.
No. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and I believe if he were still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord. After all, this is my home now too. And I could hardly call myself an Eastpoolian if I didn't pull...
I think you'll find it's Eastpudlian, Sir Wade. But you should be proud, all the same. I'll have to pull my weight too. Speaking of which...
Can we continue?
Of course. Us Rosarians have got to stick together, haven't we?
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the Golden State. I ain't paid you for...
All right.
Lord Rossfield, do you clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes? Since that day, there have been more than when the odds, but every to be a sheep. Know that whatever.
So, Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria, will be safe in your hands.
Thank you. I know the rest of the...
What are you after? Fare thee well.
The hero returns. It's lucky you came by when you did, eh? Not only did my seeds get delivered, but you went and saved Eastpool and all.
I just did what I could.
And it's only... Take it.
Thank you, Ma.
So, Eastpool's and a home to free...
Well, it was your...
I know that, though I suppose the rest ain't much different. You know, bearers living free like that. Remote as I am to
I take it you didn't...
Well, in fact, that's... He showed up at the stables one day, asked Founder knows what me, and before I knew it, the cheeky horse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. After all, told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. But my right and you know what he did? He smiled, and then I did the same.
And you were?
Well, we just like you.
Indeed, but the loft, which is...
Suppose. And if we'd good thing, it's all. Anyway, better get the least of...
That's
Welcome. And a fine, fine day to you.
But there were ghosts at the gates, not Daisy.
Those things I said before.
Oh, Clive. What am I to do? My wards and I may soon be without a home.
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne and taken up residence here in Northreach.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders, second only to his Radiance at the head of the Imperial government. Not that any of those things still exist. Now he goes by his noble title, the Duke of Oriflamme.
And what does he want with Northreach?
He wants to transform it into a military stronghold, a foundation upon which to build a new Sambrec. He's already secured the support of the various army remnants, with promises that they shall be afforded the respect they deserve in his empire. One built on the confiscated property of the people.
He would rob the populace to pay for it.
Believe me, I have used every means of persuasion to discourage him from this folly. But for whatever reason...
What does Captain... When the town was under attack, it...
How? By speaking out against a man who the captain now forgiven... Clive, would you, for your... well...
I'll see what I...
Thank you.
Tell me then, in the garrison?
Overseeing...
All right. I may have met this Duke before, at the Remembrance Ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
You needn't fret. The creatures have got...
Halt. Oh, sorry about that. You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. With the Duke. I was hoping I might be able to speak with him.
We're under orders not to let any civilians pass, but you should be all right. His Eminence has heard all about... Wait here.
So, and I shall see it But tell me...
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire...
you are worried yet you need pride of... But no more. For it is they...
Why here, Your Em?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape large schism. The Empire wants for it... With Caer Norvent, as we need only... Plans are soon enough.
I fear you under... Should they return in force?
If one who... That is so that any...
Precise. The common folk have little and less, and you would so... Yes!
Without...
And in your... Is that what...
Do not take her name.
I'll come back later. The citizens... I wonder what the... It wouldn't hurt to... Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
I heard the dame got an icon to rid the meadows of those guards.
A question. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
You build a whatever.
All right there.
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you...
Not much. It's thanks to nobles like it. And now it's if the day.
I've been hearing a lot.
Enough going around, and we've hardly a word.
I take it...
As far as just need...
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
Those things I said before.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts.
Well, I mean, look around. The traders might not like. I think the Duke's got... And if that...
I hear the Duke of... Do you think that's...
It's not... All I know... Look, once Sambra...
As long as you remain, the veil is your needs.
You. You're the one who's talking to His Eminence.
On the Dame's behalf. What do you think of his...
I'm a soldier, mate. Listen, I got nothing. That's where my... If did you...
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this.
I left everything in the capital.
Captain.
For you? Thank you for that. How can I help?
I wanted to ask you about... Do you intend to go along with it?
But to tell you the truth, it's my sworn...
Philippe, I remember...
That's right.
Well...
Thank you for protecting... Well, thanks again.
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing, at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Were you able to...
I was.
Well, though I doubt it, they deserve...
Sadly, I fear he's needless to say, they're soldiers, and not just because of...
I thought, had I sworn thank you?
I don't know about...
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in. Told the lads I wished them well. Because I realised what really not following some nobleman's protect. I honestly don't, but I'm certain. And when they do come, we need to stand with you to lead. It was you who finally... There's no point following orders.
Indeed.
All of us. That has always been Northreach's best hope. And one which still lies. We have... Oh, thank you for...
Anything. Speaking, I fear his...
Not at all.
Wouldn't be the...
There may be, especially with men. I for my part, but I says until...
Until then.
Those things I said before.
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
Head of us,
Fly, Ambrosia.
Get him!
Two down, one to go.
Ready, go? Run like the wind.
You deserve a rest.
Nice try.
That's all of them. So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
If you can swing a hammer.
I have some things for sale. Certainly. May we meet again.
Clive!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. Told old Snotty enough of the...
Well done.
Well... I'd never have guessed you. Who'd have thought that the Savior keen to help us...
I am.
For you could... Blackthorn.
Oh...
One of the scouts couldn't unlock my best Zoldan. Not that your idea.
Don't listen to him.
But that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, didn't leave the chiefdom to the two of us. He left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravost, barring himself, of course. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine instead.
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequences. I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to.
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. This is no time for bickering. You can finish beating each other up once Dravost is safe.
Fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, Clive. Short enough on time. Still... You,
We can't have...
Right you are. Don't want any... Oh, and...
Akashic on the move.
How close to...
Within... the wash.
Good idea.
Understood.
I'm prepared.
Well, let's hope you don't. Once the scouts are... No heroic...
August, the people...
I'm going out. Start work on the gate to suit...
And if they kill you...
You evacuate. It won't come to... Take good care of...
Leave it to me, and...
All right. Which one of you's first? Apparently not. Getting past me. Now, the question... Did I miss any?
Man alive! As many...
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two.
Good.
In time, yeah.
Sid, enough to give the... But mostly...
I'm afraid there's no getting rid of, meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end.
And that's if the flood don't... I hate to say it, but the villagers don't.
That may be. With ether floods springing up all over, we'll fortify the gates, and I'll see that they go.
All right.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravosh needed you, so... Thanks.
I shouldn't have stayed away so long.
I always envied you. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse, and from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. You'd have been the death of this place.
Finally. Something I hope you see the same.
Alive. I work now. It's not about the crop. I've kept working. The average come back. I'll even man those bellows.
That's a kind of... There's people... But that doesn't mean... Let's see if...
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell...
I never thought...
I'd say that went pretty well.
Even better.
Sid, I've got something for you.
And this is?
A token of our lasting gratitude. but I'm of a mind to make you a far grander gift. Designs for a certain sword have been passed down from chief to chief for generations.
Now, hold on. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. I'll admit your cinders, mate, but the engravings on that thing, and they're not just for
Have you forgotten what brought... I knew I'd never between the...
Clive, you wouldn't...
As long as he...
Right.
The beast was charging at me.
Ah, Clive.
That is good news.
Yes, but I still haven't... You couldn't do me a...
What is it, this?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the camp, find out...
All right.
Thanks, Clive.
Don't blame you. I know, no buts.
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give the talks with the... They've reached an agreement. The prices at the consult...
And you had no opportunity?
None at all.
Elle? I saw Vonnie...
And with good reason.
But I thought we were the only one. How did the consortium even find out?
It's not so surprising. This isn't I'm going to...
Alone?
Are you offering to... How kind. You go to... Even if someone...
Oh, and that's... Well, it looks like I'm following orders till she gets back from meeting the Silver Peak Consortium. She'll never join. She mean...
You have to trust...
You're right. And if else, so I'll gather... You go to Rand.
I'll do my best. All right. To Randalar, then. I'd better not... Eloise waiting. What I wouldn't give for a hot meal.
Looks like this is the end of it.
When are they gonna let us through? Fly, Ambrosia.
Whoa!
I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to...
Here they are now.
You wished to consult.
I did. We had all but...
You misunderstood. It was only... And so we...
I did not. But what is...
Alas, you what? We rarely take the bearers belong.
Who is your...
A trader from a most demanding... He insisted that's what you get.
I wouldn't know.
Oh, yes, the cultural... They pay good money for...
That does sound... No matter then. And with it...
My associates...
I'm sorry you weren't able to save them.
As am I. He was right. The Silver Peak they represent. I faint as soon as he left.
So you...
No, but I was I did. They just... I wanted...
Eloise! Word from Cashlock. A pack of Theo, they need help.
Theo!
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clark. I'll gather...
Hold on, Theo. Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia. That'll do, girl. Where's Theodore?
Upriver! He led the drag just...
I can do... Run like the wind. Where are you, Theo? All right. These creatures have already turned. I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy.
Clive? Theodore, you had me worried for... We have to get you out of here.
I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Theodore!
Don't make me do this.
Stop it, Theo! Stop!
Stay back, Eloise! He's turned. And so will you!
Elle.
Theodore.
Take care of my sister.
Theodore, wait.
Goodbye, Elle.
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place, against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life? He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead. A late bloomer, in more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead. But I have never regretted the decision I made. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made and the fact that I would make the same choice again in a heartbeat. He was never a burden. How could he even think that? If anything, I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't, Eloise. He said it himself, that he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You loved one another. You did whatever was necessary to continue living your lives together, and you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted, all I ever did, it was so we could be together. Oh, Theo, why did you have to... I know Theo wanted me to move on, but I'm staying here at the Crimson Caravans to continue our work. We can make a difference here. We can help people, save them. I need nothing more from life than that. So I'll carry on doing what we do, ensuring that goods, people, bearers get where they need to be, bringing smiles to people's faces, just like we always have, and to Theo's, wherever he is. This is the life I have chosen. The life I will always choose.
I've made a choice of my own, to continue helping you however I can, whenever you need it.
Thank you, Clive. Let's go on together then, for Theodore.
Come back.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of perfume.
We were just about...
It's funny. You remember Camille, the steel, and that west... And the final
A tea...
Now. Right.
To the belly.
Well, bug.
The sword to end all swords. Ragnarok.
It's quite something. Thank you.
So?
You're taking what we're offering.
A list of material.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back.
We reckon with those items there, we could craft something even better than the Ragnarok.
That's a weapon.
I was hoping you...
One legend at a time, eh?
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my... I never thought me and Zoltan would ever speak, and if it had... Well, thanks for you, dear. And?
Have you tried Molly's lemon tarts?
Canva lost. It can't be true.
Miss, can we read Miss Editor's story for our lesson today?
With Canva in the hands of Akashic.
Ah?
Good, thank...
Oh, fair.
May...
The Telemon!
She's a beauty.
You saved my beacon again, Sid!
It's...
Oh, don't say...
You could just...
How about that? And I reckon it's a...
Stretchy.
Bah. So?
Thank you, all.
Shh. And I wanted to get some practice. Can't think of any right now. Maybe one day.
Well, hard.
How was she? Surprise, I mean.
Are you buying or selling? Come again.
Lord Rosfield. Is there...
Perhaps. Have you learned?
Little and...
I see.
Be assured, even now...
Fallen root.
Indeed. As if protecting the
secret
should, mayhap...
Would that be possible?
Of course. Perchance, I was due to visit... If you...
All right.
They will... Might I suggest... It will lead you straight.
Thank you.
I wish you...
A village built around an airship. Sounds like another lost wing. I hope the inhabitants are just as friendly. Good girl. Run like the wind. Enough of you, are there? easy. Thanks, Gal. Oh no. You'll pay for this. There may still be survivors. Over here! Get him! Whatever that thing is. I'd say it's their leader. Should have stayed in the park. These must be Cyril's colleagues.
You have our thanks, stranger.
Who are you?
Ah, forgive me, my lord. I did not recognize you. You are Lord Rosfield, are you not? We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. When the echoes appeared, our brothers here occupied their attentions. Thanks to them, and to you, we were, for a mercy, able to see our duty to its conclusion.
You call that your brother? Surely this survey...
We are a duty of the...
And you think your dead brother...
I know that now.
Cyril took...
I see. May the fire...
It's one thing to lay down your life for another. For a survey. I suppose I'd better get this back to Cyril.
Ah.
Yeah.
My thanks. I shall study them.
Cyril, losses which were these your...
No.
Even when...
My lord, the undying, we live.
Cyril, but allow me to... It does not provide your survey. Think not only... Please.
I think, if you will permit me, and we of the...
I do.
Then we are...
Clive! To what do I owe the pleasure?
I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you brought everyone together.
Since we brought everyone together, all is absolutely wonderful. Conrad and Natalie's hands remain safely away from each other's throats and firmly at the helm. Our stores are full, and the bandits still too disorganized to raid them. Just as the good Lady Jane and Lord Underhill intended.
Are you a lord? Lubor's going to be one too. They're going to make him the Lord of Dalimil, because of how he stopped all the grown-ups from fighting.
It's the mayor of Dalimil, dear child, and the vote hasn't taken place just yet. But if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my first act will be to build a school so that menaces like you two learn not to interrupt your elders. Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon.
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and presenting a united front might have caught the bandits' attention. And they might have elected to take a similar approach. They have formed what one could call a League of Outlaws, and they grow more organized by the day.
But we'll fight them all off just like last time, no matter how many of them there are. Won't we, Lubor?
Of course we will. If we continue to work together, we can overcome any challenge we choose to face. The longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult it will be, until the only way to overcome it might be to run for the hills. Our best hope is to nip these efforts at organization in the bud, by finding those ne'er-do-wells who have yet to join the cause, and ensuring that they never do. Perhaps a certain Lord Underhill might be willing to lend us his aid once more?
How could I refuse?
Thank you, my lord. Victor will fill you in on the particulars. I have him stationed by the desert gate, receiving and collating reports from my scouts. Such an amenable soul. He reminds me of you.
I'll go and speak with him.
What's the difference between
A League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition. Still in Dalimil, Victor?
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnis by now.
I did. Then I came back. I've developed something of a fondness for the place. And having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, it would seem remiss to abandon it to another. A sentiment Master Lubor certainly isn't shy about exploiting. Hence my doing his bidding yet again.
You're not the only one.
What does he want you to do?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bandits. And he said that you might be able to help me find them.
Then you've come at just the right time. I was on my way to speak with Conrad about how to organize our forces. There are more camps in the vicinity than we can safely strike at once. But we must strike together, and we must strike soon at as many camps as we can. We can't give this league of theirs time to rally its forces.
All right. Which camp shall I take?
There's one upriver. Just out there, across the dunes.
Leave it with me.
Those ne'er-do-wells want to band together. Let them. They'll be no match for us.
Run like the wind. That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle.
That's him! The one who killed Lot and Fingers! Take his head off!
I'd better let Victor know.
Sid. Ah, I see the bandit.
No, but...
No.
What is it?
The whole town is saying that
What?
Seems that one of some of the children when Lubor fell, and without a Chris.
But that's not possible.
It is. If he's a bearer, if he has, well, still.
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here.
You're right.
And now, I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. Well,
We just couldn't.
there's nothing to be. All that matters to me.
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing. All lies, I'll wager.
Once people make up that we need to do something, convince the people not.
You're right.
I'm glad I'm a down. You head to the tap. Make They know that Lord.
Lubor, I can't
And that...
Why are you taking the bearers?
Why do they always have to make
You want to?
Good girl. No need to ride from here.
Why do they always have to make such a...
I knew all along that...
Forgive me for disturbing you, but
Could I have a moment of your time?
As have I.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
For a sheriff.
I assume...
Come back. The stew's awfully thin.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them. Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. All yours. You earned this. Best of luck out there, Sid.
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas. I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just... I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps... perhaps the prince feels the same.
What is this place?
Don't move. Here, it's fresh from the well. Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand, then, Ultima? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there. You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already, are you?
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, Matt.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile. And that
Then we must find a place they won't think to look.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you coming.
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness.
I do.
I still say it were a compliment.
Say it. Ah, Clive. I was wondering when you'd arrive. Please tell me you've come to take our young prodigy here off my hands.
I'm not here for Mid. I need information on Ash.
Then why not ask Molly if you can look in one of her ovens?
As soon as the Enterprise is ready. And we're going to need us.
Preferably one that won't see my ship blown to shit and splinters.
If it were that easy, do you think Waloed would have resisted invasion for so long? Very little is known of Ash. And the information we do have is spotty and outdated. We have the good King Barnabas to thank for that. Waloed's borders have been closed to outsiders since the day he seized the throne. If there is anywhere safe to land, you won't find it on my map.
Then tell us what we will find.
But no splinters.
All right, all right. If it will get you out of my hair. But interrupt me, and it's over. Understood? Barnabas Tharm, the one they call the Last King. Understand him, and you will understand the kingdom of Waloed. Barnabas was only a boy when he arrived from beyond the southern seas, and barely a man before he united the ragged tribes of Ash. And having unleashed them upon the formidable Veldamark, he set his throne upon the ancient kingdom's ruins. The victory sent shockwaves around Valisthea, tales of Odin's might spreading through every court, parlor, and drinking hole in the realm. Note that this was in the year 843, and that the king still sits upon his throne some 40 years later, quite untouched by time. Waloed's recent inaction left many wondering if Odin had lost his appetite for war. And yet here we are. The Einherjar was committed to the fray, a bold declaration of intent. Orcs swarm around Drake's Fang, and throngs of Akashic haunt Canva's streets. Though how precisely the havoc they wreak serves Waloed remains unclear. Regardless, if the order to attack truly came from King Barnabas, then one thing is certain. Waloed has achieved the impossible, and made bedfellows of beastmen and the ether-addled alike. All of which is a roundabout way of saying that you will be in unknown territory when you set foot on Ash. Much of the continent has already been lost to the Blight, and what few ports remain will be fiercely guarded. And that is to say naught of its natural defenses. Offshore currents will cast an ill-equipped ship out to sea one moment, and dash it against the rocks the next. But then the Enterprise is anything but ill-equipped. And Mid has made land there before. Now, if only there were someone with an intimate knowledge of the Shadow Coast, and where a daring gentleman might put ashore. You see, Clive, you had the answer all along.
Do you think you can get us back to that beach, mate?
Picked you up from it, didn't I? Not that it were easy. The currents were a right bastard. But then, if it wasn't hard, it wouldn't be worth doing, would it?
Well said. Thank you, Lady Vivian.
If a few morsels of common knowledge and a sprinkling of tavern talk are worthy of your thanks, I wonder what genuine intelligence might earn me.
Probably more visits. Mid, I need everyone in the ale hall now. I'll fetch Joshua from the shelves.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them.
I have no reason to assume. Clive, you must listen to this. Lawsman, tell him.
Do you recall when we spoke before on the divinity of Ultima? Well, it inspired me to delve deeper into the subject. And what I discovered appears to agree with the findings of His Grace.
You will recall that my quest to uncover Ultima's origins began with the mural at Phoenix Gate. But while I've always known it to be important, its secrets have heretofore eluded me. Now, however, I believe I know where to find the more complete example. One that will reveal all we seek.
Master Clive, have you ever in your travels chanced to hear of the Circle of Malleus? I would think not, if you have. But there was once a time when the faith flourished, the oldest known religion in the Twins, and though its popularity eventually waned on Storm, hints of its dogma remain embedded in more modern faiths such as the Crystalline Orthodox.
Wait, you said it waned on Storm. What of Ash?
Religious monuments are often torn down or repurposed when new faiths rise to prominence. But if no new faith arose, then perhaps the ancient temples might still stand. And so, you see now why I must accompany you to Waloed.
It would appear the past still has much to teach us, though in this case, it would not have been possible without the musings of Moss. To think that you carried a copy of my old mentor's chronicles all along. I am relieved to discover it in good hands.
I shall guard it with my life.
Joshua, if you're finished here, join me in the ale hall. I need to speak to everyone before we leave.
Right away.
Mid said I can ride the Enterprise.
My apologies.
By now you've all heard where we're going and why. So I won't bother you with the boring details, only the important ones. If we attempt to approach Stone here by sea, there's a good chance we'll be sighted and fall prey to the capital's artillery. So instead, we'll disembark on the southwest coast and make for Drake's Spine on foot. I say we, but it's highly likely the entirety of Ash is under the rule of Ultima. A large party would only attract unwanted attention, as well as slow our march and require supplies which may be difficult to obtain. Only Joshua and I will be going. And a scout. Preferably a good one. Gav, do you know of any?
You bet your ass I do. Might still borrow some of Lady Vivian's maps, though. Just in case, like.
Once you've dropped us off at the Shadow Coast, you need to retreat into neutral waters, fly merchant colors, and stay inconspicuous. If you sense any danger at all, you leave us behind and return to Storm.
Inconspicuous is my middle name. But like hell am I leaving anyone behind. The ship ain't going nowhere till your scurvy mugs are smiling on deck.
Jill, the Enterprise will appear a tempting target for royalists and pirates alike. You're to stop anyone boarding.
Don't worry. I'll keep the ship and her crew safe. You'll be needing passage home, after all.
But... very well.
If there are no questions, I'll see you all at the docks.
Let me know when you're leaving. I want a word before you go.
Of course.
Please, your grace. My Lord Marquis.
Yote.
My lord, yeah. It's your brother. Though he does his best to hide.
I had feared.
There are certain elixirs.
But
his grace's case is severe. So I can... And thankfully, a recipe was found. And our supply. Unless we can secure more soon. My lord, I know that I...
For Joshua, anything. So,
A rare herb by the name, it grows only where the ether is densest. We discovered the search can...
so it's only that you...
Well...
Then I shall go in your...
But...
You've yet to find a size. I'm a dominant.
Well, Stoner Walk. I shall remain here.
Now to find our stonewort. Yote mentioned blood-red petals. Just my luck. Here it is. Better collect as much as I can before reinforcements arrive. Right. That should do it. Let's get these back to Yote.
covered in nicks and lumps.
Yotei.
Yes, my lord. I'm sure it will...
I'm very glad.
You and His Grace are very... You think only of how you might...
No more than you.
But I bet...
I'll keep that. Is something wrong?
Not at all, honestly. Can't a man wish his friend farewell? Just wanted to let you know that I'll keep things in order while you're off saving the world.
I'll hold you to that.
Reckon it'll be a long walk to the capital if we follow the cliffs. I'll scout ahead, see if I can't find us an inland route.
Clive. There's something I've been meaning to ask. You took her icon, didn't you?
Yes, I did. She understood.
Oh, she understood. Understood that you decided to save the world all on your own, and that you'd die without her power. How dare you make her choose? You knew damn well she'd never refuse you. But I will. You can't keep pushing us away, Clive. The world is ours to save, not yours.
I used my gift because I thought it was the right thing to do.
And you truly believe this will save you? Will save us all?
I do.
Then so be it. Just don't forget, you're not alone.
Think I found us a trail. Did I miss something?
Only that Joshua didn't.
I don't get it. Always wanted to visit Ash.
We're in Waluda territory now. Don't expect. Welcome.
Oh, I don't know, Clive. That castle over there looks inviting enough.
Shall we sample its inhabitants' hospitality?
Remember what I said about warm welcomes, Gav?
This place is as dead as Grieger's ghost. I knew I smelled something.
I see only caching.
Let's hope the villagers move it out in time.
This one.
Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia. This might take a while. Straight home now. This one. All over again. Where the hell are the royalists?
Seems you were right about that welcome after all, Clive.
Is the whole of Ash fallen into Ultima's hands?
That's no peace delegation. We should send a warning to the others.
No. My uncle will have an eye on the coast. I trust he'll find a way to entertain any uninvited guests. Our mark is Drake's Spine, and there's a lot of road between us and it. We press on to Stone here.
Aye, you never know. It might not be a nest of slathering monsters.
Clive, you must go on ahead without me. This stronghold is as old as Phoenix Gate, perhaps older. It may yet hide Ultima's remaining secrets, and if we are to best him, they must be unearthed.
All right. Stay out of trouble.
I always do. Mostly.
You sure about this?
About leaving my brother on his own. Of course. Mostly.
Lady Vivian's map is so old it's hard to tell which way is up. But if I'm right, we're not far from a village called Aistla.
Then we make our way there, fly, and wait for Joshua. Ready, go? You deserve a rest.